Hi guys, welcome back, and today I'm going to show you this beautiful little street and it's turned out to be one of my little favourite projects that I've made. This was actually from a pallet because in my previous video last week I made some storage for my little bathroom downstairs, which turned out well, but I still had some bits left over of these bits of the pallet, so I thought I wonder what I could use that for. So I made these little houses out of this. Now this cost me absolutely nothing to make because I used this because I like to recycle everything what I've got, so I hate to buy anything. I've got that, I've got some leftover paint. These are garden paints that I've got, and this is probably about 10 years old, which was left in the shed. I used a black marker for the little windows here, but you can just use some black card just to go underneath. That's if you got a black card. I didn't, so I used a marker. And then just some card just for the actual window frames and the door, and I just use part of a cereal box and just use that. So if you want to know how I made this beautiful little street, keep watching and I'll show you how to make it. Right, first of all I'm just going to cut a few bits off these pallets here. So these are our pieces of our pallet, and I'm just going to show you how to do the little house to begin with, and then you can choose whichever size that you want. I'm going to need a door, window, so I'm going to put the roof probably about here. So that's going to be the top, and now all I need to do now is a triangle. So the bottom of the roof is probably going to be about here. I'm just going to use this little tiny shape here. So we're going to cut out this bit and this bit. So that's one nice cut. Now we just need to cut the other side. Here we have the little house. And then if you want to make another one, which is going to be so much easier now because you've made this one, the bit that we've just cut off from there you can place on here, and as long as everything lines up here, and you can use this as your template. So you can either have some taller ones, you can all have them all the same size. So I think I'm going to do one maybe just a little bit bigger there. So I'm going to do 4 different ones here, so I'm just going to cut them out. I've got 4 blocks there, and I've got 1 bit of pallet, and that's going to be for the base. Next is that we need some little windows, and they're going to go onto the house, and a little door there. So all this is made out is a little bit of card, so just get a bit of card, or if you haven't got none, then just use the back of a cereal packet. Obviously this project doesn't cost a lot of money, and all you need is some leftover paint, so it doesn't cost anything really. So I done 3 centimeters across the top, 3.5 centimeters down. So after I got my basic shape, I just drew 4 little windows, and then just got my craft knife and cut it out. And then you'll have the same basic shape for all your other ones. And then you'll have your little windows. For the door, I just cut out a rectangle shape and then a smaller rectangle shape, and that will go onto there, and that will look like it's got the frame of the actual door. So I'm going to paint that the same colour as the windows. So again, just cut out a rectangle, then a smaller rectangle, and then you'll have the door, and then that will be your house. So all the doors are all been cut out, and I thought they just looked a bit boxy, so I thought with the little windows that were popped out of here, I'm going to use these as a little letterbox. So I'm going to use one down at the bottom there, and I think this just gives it a little bit more character. One in the middle. I think I might make some little windows in these top two here. So I've just drawn two little shapes there, so I'm going to cut them out and see actually how it turns out. As you can see, I got carried away with doing all the little windows in the doors. I couldn't stop myself. So I've made all these all individual sort of ones, so then they're going to look really, really nice. And I actually put them on to the actual door. So now all we need to do is just sand all of the little houses, all of these, give them a really, really good sand, and then we're ready for painting. So now all these have all had a really, really good sand, and some still got a nice little bit of texture on. Now I've got some different coloured paint for these, and these are all leftover paints or garden paint that I've still got. I think one of them is going to be a pot of paint that I've had about 10 years ago. So all individual colours, and I'm going to paint all these all the little windows all white, but a different colour. If I'm painting this white, I'm going to maybe do these a different colour, just so it stands out a bit, and the same with the doors as well. So these are my 4 different paints that I'm going to use. This one I've had for 10 years in my shed, as you can see on the side. I don't think it's even been used, so I'm going to use that for this one. A white on here, this Wild Thyme, which is leftover paint. I've got a tiny little bit at the bottom, and this is Muted Clay, which is going to give a nice colour with all these. So I'm going to give 2 coats to everyone. I'm just going to paint the front first and the edges, leave it to dry, and then I'll do the same with 2 coats. Can't see on there, but this is like a pastel-y greeny colour. Leave that one to dry. Now I'm going to paint the individual little windows, and I'm just going to paint these ones white. Now you can use a spray paint and spray them, but I want to do it so it looks like it's actually wood, so it has the detail of the brush ends. So I'm just going to give these a quick coat, may require 2 coats. There's all the little windows done, and then we just need to do the frame of the door. So we just need 3 of these. We just need to do just the outside. Probably 2 coats on this as well. And just paint 3 of the little letter boxes, or you can just use some white card. And now I'm going to do the same again, but I'm going to do it in this colour on here, because I'm going to put it onto the white little house. Paint all the doors a different colour. So these are the little doors that I've painted. They've all got a nice little individual little window. So now these are all the houses, that all the window frames are done, and the doors and the door frame. So there's the door frame, and then we're going to put that onto there. But I want these to be a darker colour, so I'm just going to, with the pencil, just outline there, and then I'm just going to get a black marker, and I'm just going to colour that section in. So when this goes on top, it will actually look like a little front door now with the windows. If you want to use different colours in there, like you could have like there was a light switch on. Each one has got a little letterbox. I haven't stuck them down yet, so that's what we'll do next. We'll glue them. I've got a little pot of PVA glue, and now I'm just going to stick everything together. And I'm going to put the little letterbox on. Now you can put this wherever you want. And leave them to dry. We're going to do exactly what we did here onto the actual frame here. So now we'll just colour these in black again. You can go over the edge slightly. And do that to all of the other houses as well. So now we're just going to glue everything together. I'm going to use a glue gun. Now do the same with all the other little houses. So now I've fixed everything all onto here, and I think I've got a lovely little street there. And I just need a little heart, because as I say, it's not a Handy Emma project without a heart. I'm going to put that, and that'd be perfect just there. So now I need to put these now onto a base. So this is going to be our base, and this is just another piece of the pallet, and I've just sanded it down so it's all nice and soft. So then I'm going to put the little houses on here, so it looks like a little street. So I'm just going to use the glue gun. Place the first one down there, and a little gap, just so I can get these all with a nice little gap in between. Thanks for watching, and I really hope that you've enjoyed the video. I've adored this little project here. If you've liked it as well, then leave a little comment below of what I could do better, what I could add. I thought about doing one like at Christmas time, or I might turn them round and do a Christmas scene on the back, and so I can just turn it around for the summer and spring and the autumn, and then have it as a Christmas theme on the back. If you've liked the video, then give me a little thumbs up. If you've really liked it and you're new to the channel, then consider subscribing, and don't forget to press that notification bell and then press all, and then that will let you know when I've made my next creation.